J. In light of recent events, I, Macbeth, have decided to record my legacy for all those in the future to tell. This is Macbeth's Drama Life. On the momentous day of May 23rd, 10:05, my presence graced the earth. I was the legend of my time. The children of the village would flock to bask in the glow that the great Macbeth had to offer them. Regardless, our story begins on the day when I fought off thousands of soldiers, cleaving them left and right, my sword flying wildly. Before long, I reached the Thane of Cawdor, the traitor cowering before my feet. I held my sword above him and sliced him from his nape to his chops, and hung his head upon our battlements in a sign of victory. On our way back to Inverness, Banquo and I met up with 3 of the most disgusting women I have ever seen in my life. Their clothes were in tatters, and they smelled like they'd been living under a tree for years. I didn't know what to think of them. They greeted me with the words, "All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Glamis, Thane of Cawdor, King hereafter." The weird sisters greeted Banquo as well, saying, "Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none." I didn't think much of these phrases at the time, but Banquo's prophecy and mine together would collide and change my life forevermore. I soon learned that I was to be the next Thane of Cawdor. In excitement, I rushed to the great Duncan to claim my title. What I did not know is that there was something in my way. Malcolm had been named the Prince of Cumberland. I couldn't believe it. What's so great about him is Malcolm is a sword and a talking star. Look at me, Papa, I'm the best. Woo! But enough about Malcolm. I realized the only way to overcome this obstacle was to get rid of Duncan himself. This was a conflict I could not resolve on my own, so I had to consult with the gracious Lady Macbeth. Together we decided that it must be done. Duncan's fate was now written in stone. He was never to leave Inverness. On my way to kill Duncan, I thought about the consequences of such a crime. How could one kill such a gracious man, such a noble man, that has nothing but high praise from all of his people? I quickly put those thoughts out of mind. I was to be king. The bell was rung, the deed was done, and I returned to Lady Macbeth. I looked down at my bloodied hands, and immediately felt more regret than I had in my entire life. Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore I should sleep no more. Later that day, the sons Malcolm and Donalbain fled in fear of such a powerful man as I, and I became king. As I sat on my throne, something dawned on me. The prophecy stated that Banquo should have kings, although he will never be one himself. I needed to immediately eradicate this problem. I hired 2 lowlife scum that had nothing else to lose. I turned Banquo against them, and they agreed to do the job. Soon after, I received word that the murderers had done the deed, yet Fleance had escaped. This posed yet another obstacle I had to overcome. I pushed it out of my mind. I had guests to attend to. There was one guest, however, that stood out from the rest, one that I could only seem to see. As the man turned to face me, my heart went white with fear. 'Twas Banquo, back from the grave. Enraged, I commanded the ghost to leave my sight. I received strange looks from those around me. Clearly, this was an apparition for mine eyes only. Realizing I was in a delusional state, Lady Macbeth dismissed the party. After seeing this apparition, I sought out the 3 witches, in the hopes that they could solidify my future as king. The witches showed me 3 apparitions that warned me of Macbeth, but reassured me that no man of woman born could ever harm me, and that I am safe as king until Birnam Wood moves to Dunsinane. However, the witches showed me 1 more apparition. This one, a line of kings, all resembling Banquo. I heeded their warnings and decided to take action. I struck Macduff where it hurts the most. His family. My wife had fallen ill to what had seemed to be beyond cure. I didn't think much of it. There were more important things at hand. A day or 2 later, I received reports that there were 10,000 men coming to Dunsinane. I thought them all foolish. Upon further inspection, I realized the worst. Birnam Wood appeared over the hill, marching fiercely towards Dunsinane. As I prepared for battle, I heard a shriek in the night. I had almost forgotten the taste of fear. News was later brought to me that it was Lady Macbeth who had committed suicide upon sight of the English army. But that didn't matter now. Birnam Wood had come to Dunsinane, and life was but a walking shadow. But what sort of man would I be to go down without a fight? And fight I did. No man born of woman was to harm me, but alas, Macduff, who was untimely ripped from his mother's womb, confronted me and slayed me. And so our story ends, with the great Macbeth being defeated at the hands of the accursed Macduff. I now live in darkness, with only Satan to keep me company. I am Macbeth, and this has been my life. Morgan Freeman approves of this video.